Hello, Asa. We're doing something a bit different today, and I'm starting at the very end. That looks like a spirograph. Spirograph number 1. Getting a better look at it now, I almost can't believe that was drawn with a ballpoint pen. I guess ballpoint pens have just never been instruments of finesse to me, and this is really finessed. Look at that center. Look at how messy it gets. I think it's really a testament, too, to how accurate the printer is. Are y'all ready for cursed object number 1? Get ready. It's gonna go. Eventually. Oh yeah, low poly spirograph. I love how it looks like it's done, but then it's gotta fill in all of these bits left. I wonder how long this pen will last. Probably not that long. So we're looking here at the low poly spirograph. In the center, you can see it's almost a regular polygon. And the regular polygon is 10-sided for every revolution, right? So it's like an oval shape. Only draw 10 different lines. So go like joop, 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 instead of the smooth oval that processes around. So that's very interesting that popped up. And Asa, would you look at that? At a resolution of 3, we get what almost looks like an epitrochoid in the middle instead of just a polygon. So I guess Avi was right in his hunch that the middle was curved. So this is the same spirograph math as the other ones. I just said, hey, instead of drawing a perfect oval, estimate it as best you can with 3 lines. And this is what comes out of it, which is absolutely astonishing. A lot of the things I've seen with spirographs are changing the inputs, but this is purely changing like resolution, and it's getting me vastly different shapes. So I'm going to show you some of the code. You might enjoy it in the ideal space, if not even in the fun programming space. So let's just jump into it. So to make those spirographs in Python, I made 2 Python codes. One here that makes a spirograph shape as a list of points, and one here that turns a list of points into directions for a 3D printer. So up here, the spirograph is easy enough. Just depending on some variables, go through and iterate and generate X and Y values for all of them. Since it's a 2D drawing, I don't need to worry about the Z. And I had to go through and write it into G code. I have to have a bunch of start stuff that is basically a header for the code. Then I have to go through and print all kinds of commands to a line. And eventually you'll end up with a text file. So this is what the files that are sent to the 3D printer actually looks like. It's fairly easy to understand, actually. Home axes, all kinds of stuff, and then there's just lists of commands. You'll notice that there's only X and Y. G-code is weird in that if you're not moving an axis, you don't actually label that axis. So Z is only labeled when it's moving. Like you can see it up here, setting Z up to 30. But all of these, since it's just 2D drawing, are only X and Y. And that's basically what all these if statements do. If these haven't changed since last time, don't write them down, because you don't have to. So Asa, this has been my first foray into the world of writing my own code for stuff, figuring out how to control the printer at more of a low down level. So besides being like, oh, I can make a file in CAD, it's now more like, oh, I know how to code it to do very specific things. I want to move this way or blah, 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 whatever. I can do that now. Asa, after this, I'm going to play just a roll of bad, more weird printing stuff, because I showed you a little bit in the beginning already. And I'll see you whenever.
little pink, but also